Hello everyone, welcome back to our second class. Alright, in this class we'll be talking about typography. As I said in our previous class, we'll be talking about typography. We'll be going deep into typography, explaining what typography is, the different typeface and fonts and elements of typography. So let's sit tight as we move ahead. And I also hope that the previous class was okay. Don't forget, if there's anything you feel like you don't understand, if there's anything that seems confusing to you, you can actually send me a message. Okay, the purpose of this class, this training, is not just for us to come and teach and go. The purpose is for us to have a good understanding. It's also to be impacted. Okay, so that is the purpose of the class, that each and every one of us will leave this training become in a better designer. All right, so let's move ahead. So on today's class, we'll be treating typography, and the subtopics includes what is typography, typeface and font, and elements and principles of typography, how to choose the right font, typeface, fonts and typeface and fonts combination. Okay, please guys, let's pay attention to those this topic. Okay, let's pay big attention to it. Typeface is very important. Okay, so you don't just use any typeface to make your design. So what we are seeing here now is fonts, different fonts. Okay, so you don't just use anyhow typeface to make your design. All right, so I want us to pay attention to everything that I'll be teaching you. Pay attention. If you miss this, don't forget what we are still doing. We are still doing the basics of graphic design, but these basics are very important. They are what you need in order for you to do a great design. Okay, so let's kick off with the basics. What actually is typography? Typography is the art of arranging letters. Don't forget, art of arranging letters and text in a way that makes the copy legible, clear, and visually appealing to the reader. Typography involves font style, appearance, and structure, which um which um which aims to elicit certain emotions and convey specific messages. In short, typography is what brings the text to life. Okay, so it says typography is the art of arranging letters. So if you watch what is here now, this is our letters and they are fonts. Okay, so this is our letters. So it says the art of arranging letters and text. This is text and letters in a way that makes the copy legible, clear, and visually appealing. Okay, so this is what typography is all about. Anything that has to do with typing, anything that has to do with text, anything that has to do with text and what we can type, it's literally typography. Okay, so let's move on. Typography is so much more than just choosing beautiful fonts. Okay, as I said earlier, that typography is not just about using any fonts to make your design. Every industry, like for example, if you're making a design for kids, for children, you don't use a straightforward design. You don't use a very strong design like such. You don't use a strong typography like this kind of typography. And use something colorful, use something stylish. Okay, because that is what children you have to. This is our emotions. Okay, so typography is actually a psychology. It has psychology towards that. So you don't just use any font in making any design. Okay, so it's a vital component of user interface design. Good typography will establish a strong visual hierarchy, provide a graphic balance to the graphic design, and set the overall tone. Typography should guide and inform your users, optimize readability and accessibility, and ensure an excellent user experience. Typography is very important. No matter the stylish font you are using, no matter the kind of font you are using, make sure that the font you are using, that your readers can actually see it. They can understand what you are saying, because you don't just use a font that will confuse your readers, because that is not the purpose. The purpose of graphic design is not to make it beautiful. I used to tell people, like most times I used to see what younger people are doing in graphic. They're trying to make it colorful using different colors and using different lightning, and that is not the purpose of graphic design. There's a place for you to show your creativity, but first and most importantly is that graphic design is the first principle and the first purpose of graphic design is to communicate information. Okay, so your design should communicate information as fast as possible. If your user or if your audience should look at your design, let them immediately understand what you are trying to say. Do not confuse them. So that is where the UI comes in, the user experience, the user interface rather. So as people are looking at your design, they're looking at the flyer you've done, the logo you've done, the banner you've done. Let them understand what you are saying immediately without confusion. Okay, so this is very, very important. Let's not forget it, or what I'm saying. So good typography builds brand recognition. That is very important. Not only will good typography enhance the graphic personality, but your users will subliminally begin to associate the typeface featured on your brand identity, that's logo, with your brand. Unique, consistent typography will help you establish a strong user following, build trust with your users, and help to carry your brand forward. Okay, so this is very important. When you start using a font, let me say for example a big company, all these big companies, UBA, Coca-Cola, you see the kind of font they use in the design. They stick to one particular font in any of their designs. They stick to one particular font, so they are consistent in using one particular typeface, not just font but typeface. So I'm going to explain to us the difference between typeface and typography. So these big brands, from their logo you will see that every of their design, everything they're making, every design, every flyer, every banner, everything they're doing, they stick to one particular typeface. That is being consistent. So with that consistency you are seeing, a user, their customer or their client can easily identify, oh, this is this company, oh, this is this brand. Do you understand? So it's very, very important, because all these things now are the things you have to know. So when people come to you and give you a work to do, you have to explain this to them. That is what will prove to them that you know what you are doing. It's not that you are designing. You have to prove to them. And some of your customers that will be coming to design for you, for some of us that want to get jobs or work for big brands, they are going to test you. Okay, they will know if truly you have the knowledge. They'll ask you questions. You have to prove to them that okay, this is what you are. Oh, this is the right thing. And some of your customers, they don't know anything. Some of them will tell you that you should use all these stylish fonts to design for them. But then that is where you come in to explain to them that this font is not good, because you as a designer, you are a problem solver. Okay, so let's stop here, and in the next video we'll continue from typography. This will continue from typography influences decision making. All right, so see you guys in the next video.